Jazz the rapper versus Tay Rock. Karma. You could look at this as karma. Because Jazz, she at least told him, hey, I'm about to rap just like you did Big K. I'm about to rap way longer than you. And that's what she did, y'all. I think if Big K would have rapped the same amount of time as Rock, at least in two of the rounds, Big K would have won. This battle, Jazz, okay, the third round, Jazz out-rapped him too, but not as much as she out-rapped him in the first and second, especially the second. She had like a dry spot towards the way end of her second, but she was so far ahead of him that it didn't matter. That's how long she rapped in the second. The third, he rapped longer than he did, or he was pacing himself. He probably said just as maybe not like word wise as many words he wrote in the paper. He probably had around the same amount of material. He just stretched it out a little bit longer and made his time go a little bit longer because he kept stopping for the crowd reaction. He was pacing himself a little bit more in the third. So the time was a little bit closer. And he did better. And that was Rock's best round. We're going to have people saying classic out the gate, and they'll be right. If they say classic battle, they right. Because all the rounds was eights, and that's an instant classic. Now I gotta watch it again. As long as at least three of them is like 8.2s, I give them a classic. But it's an instant classic. It was dope. Um, it's angle based, hit or miss. Like Rock did crazy. It's just you could give him the first. All right, we're gonna say about the default thing, the time limit issues. Y'all know me. We try to judge it the fair as it could be. So Rock got to like you got to go the same amount of time. Now I know a lot of people. Oh, it's karma. He did it to Big K. I was mad with Big K, so I'm mad at Jazz in this instance. You know what I'm saying? So it's not mad at her because she just how like I wasn't necessarily mad at Rock when he did it at Big K, but I was mad at the battle because it's hard to judge the battle because Rock probably you could argue that Rock, if they stopped at the same time, might have edged. I know the first and the third is debatable without the time limit discrepancies. She clearly won the first and the second with the time discrepancies, if that makes sense. You understand what I'm saying? Without, if they wrap the same amount of time, the first and the third would have been debatable. The third is still debatable, but she rapped longer, and it's still debatable. Like that's a toss up regardless, because I still gave her an 8.23 in her third. I gave her an 8.3 in her second, and an 8.23 in her first. So she was going crazy. A lot when they on a level like Jazz, you can't let them rap for so long. She cover up more space. She might be just better than you know what I'm saying. It's an argument that she won. I think she still would have got it. I don't like to leave room for arguments when you're trying to find a definitive winner. Try to take out as much room for an argument. Trying to find a definitive winner. But I know this culture is it's debatables and people gonna like that they gonna be able to argue back and forth with this. Jazz beat Rock, yeah, she beat him for sure. She beat him for sure, and she might have got him. She might have got him like the way she flipped. Like she was more intelligent. You know how it's like a chess game too. So sometimes if you can kind of like make some of the opponent stuff hit less because you bring it up first. She did that to Rock too. She knew that he was gonna flip her name a certain type of way, and he did. So it didn't hit as good. I still liked it, but it don't hit as hard when they predicted. So she did that, and she had a pre-rebuttal for his joke thing, that head body, dick body, that whole body chick thing that he had. She knew he was gonna say something about that, and she had a rebuttal, kind of a rebuttal for that in the third. So she was more like chess intelligent than him. But everybody kind of knew that. I think everybody that been following the sport longer kind of knows that Jazz is more like intellectually smart than Rock, and just like brain power. You know what I'm saying? So she outsmarted him, of course. So that added to it too. I give points for that. You gotta give credit where it's due. So she overall would have probably won the battle anyway. But it's just by default still. You over, like, if I had to guess, y'all know there's gonna be bloggers out there that's gonna time it, or maybe even fans. But if I had to guess, Jack Rock rapped about 3:30 in the first, 3:20 in the first. Jazz rapped about 5:40, way longer. Rock rapped about in the second rap. Rock rapped about 3:30, around the same as the first, but probably a little shorter because he kind of sped through it a little bit, like back and forth, around the same, maybe a little shorter. Jazz rapped like 6 minutes or 6:30 in that second. Like, what? Time, Jazz, what are you doing? I can't stand. Like, how are we gonna be able to judge the battle if you rapping way longer? Why y'all doing that? And she could have been. And the thing about the first, like, it's understandable. Like, okay, all right, let me get my thoughts together. Because people be like, oh, I don't care if they rap longer because they can hit, it's hit or miss. Like somebody like Mook, for instance, he rapped for 30 minutes. I'm just exaggerating, but he rapped, let's say, 20 minutes. Towards the end, there's a lot of drop spots in there, so it's like you can still kind of give an overall feel to the battle. So it's like a hit or miss thing. But that's not the point. The point is they gotta rap the same no matter what. Because let's just say, like what happened with Jazz in the first, she was staying on fire the whole time. If she would have stopped where Rock was, Rock might have edged her if they stopped at the same time. But she kept going. She won't get no drop spots in the first. Second is a better argument because Jazz was going crazy from the jump. Like, boy, she caught Rock quick and then just overkilled this nigga. Like, come on, man. Then she had a drop spot towards the end. One little minor bar I just didn't like. But it's like a dry kind of spot for me because I just didn't like the actual bar. I heard it before. I heard a flip like that before, but it didn't even matter. She was already at an 8.32. Like, come on, man. That's not fair, y'all. I understand, like, stop calling it a sport then. Stop calling this a sport. Just call this, everybody, oh, I love my culture. I love, this is a sport. This is a sport. All right, so let's judge the battle fair then. Let the fans be the fans, and you can have your own opinions. But let's come up with a system and judge the battle fair. They gotta rap the same time. That don't even make no sense, man. Hold it down, rankings. Nah, man. I don't like that. I don't like that. That don't make no sense. Rock could have got the battle. Jazz could have got, like, just a classic battle. Oh, good job, you guys. A classic battle. Who won? Who the heck won? Come on, man. Y'all taking the whole company. Y'all wondering why the sport is dying. The competition, something that was built from competition, is dying. Answer your own question, Mrs. Oh, everybody's opinion count. Y'all saying it to the people that y'all talking to. Y'all telling everybody their opinion count and then wondering why the sport's dying. That don't make no dang sense. Hold it down, rankings. Jazz 3-0. Jazz 3-0. Third debatable. First and second clear. Man. By default, man. By default, man. I might go live with y'all, man. Y'all just like this culture gets on my nerves so much. That's why I'm watching it all to my lonely. Forget an event. You know what I'm saying? Like the donation. Like, come on, man. Niggas don't care, bro. Like, come on, bro. Y'all don't care. I don't care. Why the heck I'm gonna keep caring if y'all don't care? I've been doing this for years. Y'all can't go tell them like, come on, can we have a judge? Can we actually judge all the battles fairly? Like, that's the easiest thing to tell people, and y'all can't tell them that. Man, salute to the gang. Battle Rappers Life. We see everything. Y'all stay on your A game, man. This community is so crazy. It don't make no